friends, welcome back to Bucket List Homestead and day 15 of Vlogmas. And we have a special guest joining us today. I think this is probably the first time you've really been in a video for Vlogmas this year. And we are going to set up the freeze dryer and do our dry run with bread. Yes, bread. I'll explain to that in a minute. And before we jump right into this, I just want to show you what we did. We are following every direction from Harvest Right that they have sent. We're watching the videos they recommend, and we've read the book several times. How many videos have you watched?
A whole bunch.
A whole bunch. I think David's getting a little bit more excited about this than me. So I washed all the trays, and we also removed the unit guts. I'm not sure what you call those. The things out, the shelving. David jumped the gun a bit. I wanted to show you him. I wanted to get video of him removing that for you all, but he did it before I had my camera set up. But I did wipe them all down with just water, warm water. That's all Harvest Right recommends. And I didn't submerge the shelving. David said he's actually seen videos of people doing that, and Harvest Right just says to use a warm water with a clean cloth. So that's all I did. So he's gonna get them installed back in. I also washed the black gasket that they recommend with just warm water. Again, that's all Harvest Right recommends. So we are following Harvest Right. They're also the ones providing the warranty. So I'm not doing anything that's gonna void my warranty. Okay,
so
you wanna?
This is the shelving unit.
So this is the shelving unit. You saw me wiping them all down. Okay.
This is the plug-in that comes apart, and the other end is in the drum.
Okay, I'm just going to bring it a little closer. And we're going to apologize right now for the lighting. We are in our storeroom. This is where we're keeping our freeze dryer. The lighting is not great. I hope it's better. We brought in some lighting to help, but okay. So let's put this back in.
So if you look at it, there's really only one way it can go on because of the snap on the top. Okay, and it's got a fitting on the other end.
Okay.
Okay. So those things just snap together.
Right like this.
Yep.
Click. Oh, that's kind of satisfying. Okay,
simple.
And that's it.
Okay. It's got a little bit of weight to it, so get ready for that.
Okay.
There is no ridges or linings in here. It just slides in like this, and it can spin around, so you just need to make sure it's upright.
And there's like orange, we should have showed that. There's orange
for heat elements.
Heat elements here, they're very bright orange. They need to be facing down.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Looks good. All right. So now this gasket.
So this is good. This just goes on this little steel ring, and you just shove it on, and it comes off the exact same way.
Are those supposed to be in the way like that?
I don't think it's in far enough.
Oh, okay. See, there we go. We're learning.
Finagle it a little bit.
Adjust it till it fits. Do you need another set of hands?
I think once the door goes on it,
yeah.
It pushes it in.
We're good? Okay.
Okay.
Next up, now we are going to set up the guts.
Yeah.
We bought the Premier pump. There is a difference apparently. This one is more user-friendly, so that's what we went with. So, and they did send us oil. Okay, and we're gonna get this filled. And we are literally going step by step. We did wait 24 hours. It's actually been more than 24. This is our first chance, but they do recommend you wait 24 hours, just like when you get a freezer or refrigerator, to let all the refrigerant settle properly before you start using it. So we've already done this. We've done this. We've done this. We are now at step number 4. Put oil in our vacuum pump. Okay. So put oil in by unscrewing the oil deemster.
That's this thing here.
That's it. Oh. Fill your vacuum pump just slightly above the center of the sight glass and replace the cap. Okay. So they recommend using a funnel, and I think that's a good idea. So we are going to do that. And David is going to start filling until we see it. What did they say again?
It's just over half.
Just over half.
Just over. So a lot of the other videos say half.
We're following what Harvest Right says.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Got it?
Yep, we're seeing it.
Okay.
It's going. It does have a minimum. It has a maximum level on here, but
yeah, but you'll never reach that.
are We're about half now, I'd say.
Settle here for a second.
Yeah. I think we're just above half. I think that's perfect. We're still below the max and we're just slightly above the half. I think we're perfect. We're gonna just replace the lid and step 4 is complete. Everything is just finger tight. We're not supposed to be using any tools to tighten anything, nothing. So David just put that on until it was on. Like he didn't like
snug it up. That's it.
Not, you know, force it any tighter. Kind of like canning jars. All right, so now we are on step 5 and we're going to be connecting the hose to the freeze dryer and to the vacuum pump. Just a quick, we realize that we actually have this on the wrong side. The hose for here is what you're going to have drain into a bucket. So we're going to slide this down and move this to the other side. All right, we're on the right side now. So he just screwed this part onto this end and then attached this in and tightened it just finger tight. And they repeat that a lot, so it's very important you're not using any wrenches or anything to tighten this. Okay, and that's it. That's all it is for the pump hookup. That actually is very easy. Step 6 is connect the freeze dryer power cord to the receptacle on the rear panel of the freeze dryer and to 110 outlet. That's the other great thing about the medium freeze dryer. If you do go with a large, not only is it more money, you have to have a dedicated 20 amp circuit for that, and that's just not something I am willing to pay money to have installed into this room or wherever. And yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind if you did want to go with a large. Pretty standard cord.
This is the cord.
Yeah.
This is the end that's going to go into the freeze dryer.
Okay. This is where you're going to plug in that cord. Now we're going to be just plugging in the pump to that little cord right there. That's not easy peasy. Boy, this is much simpler than I don't know what I was so worried about there. That's it. They're all connected. Like every other project we do, you don't know this, but it's been what, 20 minutes? We realized that we were going to have to reposition the freeze dryer because the hose has to go into a bucket. And where we had it, there was no room for the bucket. So, a few minutes ago, you might have saw that there was a big black shelving unit for storage. It's actually right over here now. I wanted to take that down anyway. I wasn't planning on doing it today. But we took that down and the freeze dryer is now going to go on that wall. So it actually probably be better in the long run, but still, oh my goodness. So we went to the store and just got a 5-gallon bucket. And can you hold it up, David? I've actually written on it with permanent marker that this is the freeze dryer bucket. So it does not leave the freeze dryer. Doesn't go for chickens. It's for the freeze dryer. So that is because I assume when we are defrosting, it's going to drain.
Okay, so this hose comes with it.
Yep, just a pretty standard, looks like a aquarium hose.
And we're just going to slide it on here.
That's it.
That's it. And the other end goes in the bucket.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you don't miss any videos.
So, it took about, what, 10 seconds before it turns on. So, like, don't panic if it doesn't turn on right away. So we are going to go to the customized settings in our little book here. So we are going to do press system name. Okay. Wow. To customize the name of your freeze dryer, press system name to customize the name of your freeze dryer, then follow on-screen instructions. Oh, there we go. Bucket list.
All right.
Okay. So that's done. All right. Sorry, I should have had the camera going. So the next step is to go to start, which is what we did. And it's going to ask you what kind of pump you have. And we have the Premier oil pump. Save. Okay. Now, okay, so this is going to wait. So this is going to cool the vacuum chamber. So that's going to give me time to go get my trays ready with bread. So I have had some bread forever in the freezer that I threw in. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I thought I'd make something with it maybe, or do something. Well, it's perfect. We're gonna use this, and we won't be eating this, to help get rid of the new smell, that smell, mechanically smell, that comes with a new appliance. We're gonna use this to absorb all those odors. And I should have enough to do I think all 5 trays. And I have ordered the liners. We decided to go ahead and get the liners just so I don't have to use parchment all the time, but I'm not worried. This bread's not gonna stick to these, so we're not gonna worry about lining them with parchment. Okay. Just enough, that's perfect. So we are gonna pile these up and take them to the freeze dryer. This lets you know how much time has gone by, so we have a little less than 4 minutes. And it also says that this will prompt you each step. I am still checking my book too, just to make sure. And right now, you do need to make sure that that drain valve is open right now, which it is open.
So it's in line with the tube?
It's in line with the tube, so we will be turning that to closed as soon as we load the food up.
Yeah.
Does recommend also to make sure your food is frozen for at least 48 hours. That's been in there forever before we do this. So yeah, just because it said it happened with the vacuuming process or something. It said something about that, about it being at least 48 hours. It's loud. I'm not going to say it's not annoyingly loud. I mean, we're standing right next to it, but David just ran into our living room, which is, you know, right there through that opening, and he said it was fine. So I don't think it's any louder, maybe just a teeny bit louder than my Excalibur dehydrator. Okay, 15 minutes. Here goes our first tray. And we did remove some of the bread because it was not quite flat enough. And we're good. Yep, this is flat. Go further in. Okay, that's why. They were hitting that thing on the side. Close drain valve. Okay. Yeah. So everything is right on the screen here that prompts you. And it is cold, let me tell you. So we're going to turn this flip twice. And then we're going to come over here. Okay, so we loaded the food and we turned on the pump. So the pump is on now, and we're going to go to our next step, which is telling us to hit continue. And it's freezing. That's it. Pretty excited, we got that going. I will admit I had a little bit of a panic moment there because the valve on the pump needs to be turned on, and we missed that step for a second, but then it says to make sure it's turned on when you load the food, so we did that. But it's going. You might see it tomorrow, you might not. It's already frozen, so that will help speed up the process, definitely. But it says it could take anywhere from 20 to 40 hours. So if it's ready tomorrow, we'll show you. If it's ready Tuesday, we'll show you. But we gotta do one more thing. We gotta do a little baking. We are gonna go look at Christmas lights tonight after supper. We have actually not done it as a family yet. And there is a road that's out here. It's a big long road. And a couple years ago, we noticed a lot of them were starting to have blow-up Santas on their lawn. So we started laughing. We're like, oh, somebody saw one, and then, you know, it kind of spread, and the next person had to get one. So we started counting them, and everyone kept getting them more and more and more. So last year, I believe, Gracie put it in her phone so we wouldn't forget. I believe we counted 57. Not 100%, if it was 57 or 61. I think it was 57. So we're gonna go around tonight and see if there's more or less and see what our number is. It's a fun little tradition that we started a couple years ago, and I thought it'd be fun to make these finally that Aiden's been asking for to take with us. So everything comes with this. Like, I mean, it's, you know, it's a box can. We got the graham crackers, we got the brownie mix, we have a double fudge topping. We also have these, but we like marshmallows, but not necessarily, like they show them like just on the top like that. I don't think I'm gonna use these. I'm actually thinking about freeze drying them, which we probably will do. So we probably won't put the marshmallows on top. We'll see how I feel in a few minutes. Okay, all we need is butter, which we have melted. We need altogether 8 tablespoons of melted butter and 2 large eggs and 2 tablespoons of water. And let's go. Speaking of eggs, it looks like the darn freeloaders are finally starting to lay, because that's a tiny egg. I think that is from our Lavender Buff Orpington, I'm pretty sure. And of course they're laying because I went and bought eggs from a friend of mine who lives down the road, who we get our beef from, Search Farms. I bought 2 dozen from her yesterday, so I thought, yeah, that's right, that's why they're gonna be laying. So I'm just gonna get these washed up real quick, and then we'll get adding all the ingredients. We're just gonna add 3 tablespoons of our melted butter to the graham crackers here. Oven is also preheated to 350, and I bought an 8x8 pan this morning when we went out and got our bucket for the freeze dryer. And I also picked up a couple of 9x9 pans. How beautiful is that color? Those are KitchenAid. I love them. Okay, that seems pretty moist, and we're gonna just press this right in here. 8x8 seems small for me, but they are really thick on the box, so. And there's no shame in brownies from a box. Especially when I have so much on my plate the next few days. And this is something Aiden's been wanting me to make them forever. I mean, ever. I couldn't even tell you how long ago I bought this. Okay, I think those are pressed in there pretty evenly. You know, and if these are good, who knows? Maybe I'll recreate them completely from scratch. Okay, we're gonna set those aside for a minute. Oh, melted please. Add our 2 eggs. 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And I think probably 2 tablespoons of water. 1 and 2. That makes sense. We don't put this on until they come out of the oven. So we're just going to pour these right over the graham crackers. I decided to put the marshmallows on. There's just not s'mores without marshmallows. And they browned up really nice. Gonna let them cool completely, and then we add the hot fudge, and we'll let you know tomorrow what Aiden and I, well, basically Aiden and Dave and I are the only ones gonna try these. We'll let you know what we think. See you here tomorrow for day 16, friends.